Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the FCS Football channel. And today we are back with another watch along. We're a little bit late. Just had stuff I've had to sort out first, but we are now we are now live, and we are now here ready for the game, which is in about 10 minutes time. So hopefully it's going to be a good game. Obviously, please do get your predictions into the live chat. I've gone for a 2-0 Man United win. But the lineups for today are thus. So in goal, it is David De Gea. Is a back four of Diego Dalot. Harry Maguire comes back in for Rafa. Well, for both Rafael Varane and Lindelof, I guess, in a sense. And that's because of injury. So Harry Maguire comes in for Lindelof due to injury. Lindelof has apparently got an illness, so that's why he misses the game. And also we know about Rafael Varane. He partners Lisandro Martinez, and Luke Shaw makes up the rest of the back four. Casemiro, and it should be Eriksen, not another Casemiro. He quickly sort that. There we go. So it's Casemiro and Eriksen in a midfield double pivot with Marcus Rashford on the left. Jadon Sancho is on the bench for Anthony Elanga, who plays over and who starts over, like I said, the Englishman today on the right-hand side. Well, we assume it's on the right-hand side. It could be on the left with Rashford out on the right. Or it could even be, as we saw in the Europa League, could be Marcus Rashford at number 10 or alongside Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes out on the right and Elanga on the left. So it could be any kind of number, any one of those options. But for now, we're going to stick with Marcus Rashford being on the left, Bruno Fernandes being at number 10. And that, of course, leaves Cristiano Ronaldo to lead the line for Manchester United. And obviously, it's a big call for Erik ten Hag to drop, well, to start, I guess. I mean, it's not even dropping him. To start Elanga over Jadon Sancho. I mean, Sancho's not been in the greatest of forms this season. I think we can all kind of agree on that. And that doesn't make it any less of a big call. When it comes to West Ham, this is their lineup. So in goal, it is Fabianski, Thilo Kehrer, Craig Dawson, Kurt Zouma, and Aaron Cresswell make up the back four for them. Thomas Soucek and Declan Rice start in a midfield double pivot with Flynn Downs, Ben Rama, and Jarrod Bowen all starting behind the number 7 for them, Scamacca. So both strikers being the number 7. Obviously, Scamacca came from Sassuolo this summer for a lot of money, and they're going to hope he can do the business today for them. So this is how the Premier League table looks as well. So at the top of the table, after their 4-0 victory over Nottingham Forest earlier, sit Arsenal. They've been fantastic this season. There's no surprise that they are top of the table, and that's where they deserve to be. Manchester City, Tottenham, and Newcastle make up the rest of the top 4. Chelsea sit in 5th, and that's where we find their Manchester United. And if we win today, we will go up to 5th, above Chelsea, and a point off of Newcastle with a game in hand. Meaning, if we win our game in hand, we can go into the top 4, which, especially given the start to the season we had, would be massive for Manchester United. And I think it's something that we certainly can do, and something we certainly should be aiming to do as well. Oh, they were 5-0. 5-0, not 4-0, 5-0. The Premier League table should still be right. Did I just say it wrong? Yeah, no, the Premier League table is right. I just had to double check the goal difference was correct. No, it is. So yeah, that Premier League table is correct, so good thing. The graphics are correct. Now, West Ham don't have a very good record here at Old Trafford. In the last 14 games, West Ham have played at Old Trafford or at Manchester United. Manchester United have won 11 of them. And obviously, the rest have been draws. So, winless. And David Moyes' away record at Manchester United isn't much better. 11 defeats, but 4 draws. So, the stats say United should win this game. However, football isn't... There's only one stat in football that really matters. And that's the stats down there. And that is the score. That's what matters. We'll have to wait and find out to see how those scores look at the end of this game. Hopefully, they'll be looking good and Manchester United will have won this game. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. And your toes as well. Let's hope we can get the victory we need today. That would take us, again, above Newcastle, above Chelsea, into 5th place. Now, if you guys want to get your score predictions into the live chat, that would be greatly appreciated. And we've got about 5 minutes to kick off. For those of you who want to know about some of the players that are missing, Victor Lindelof is ill. And that's why he doesn't even feature on the bench today. And that's why Harry Maguire starts over the Swedish international. When it comes to Anthony, if you give me a second, I will quickly find out. He's injured. Anthony is injured. So it's not too bad. A couple days he'll be back. So it's not a big injury to Anthony, but that is why Anthony misses out. And that's why we see Elanga starting on the right-hand side over the Brazilian international. Like I say, Jadon Sancho is on the bench, but has been dropped for Elanga. And you have to say, you can't blame Erik ten Hag. Elanga, when he came on against Chelsea for Sancho, he was electric. And I think it's the right choice. I have to say, I do think it's the right choice by Erik ten Hag to drop Jadon Sancho. And this is a player who I really like, Jadon Sancho. I said I think he is, based on his pre-season, he had a great pre-season, Sancho, on that right-hand side. And I said, and I confidently said, if Jadon Sancho continues at this level, he can be Young Player of the Year. He can win an award. And he hasn't. It's a disappointing state of reality, really, that he hasn't, and he's not had a great start to the season. Time for him to kick on, but it's not going to be easy for him to regain his place. Ronaldo, obviously, also not had a good start to the season, but has his chance to stake a claim to remain in this first team. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see when Anthony Martial comes back, what will kind of happen with Ronaldo. Will Ronaldo keep his place in the starting 11? Or will Anthony Martial, like he has done throughout this season, kind of come straight into this team as this kind of starting striker? But the players have walked out. It's an exciting game. It's a really exciting game. Again, to go through the lineups for you guys. Oh, fuck that. Oh, thank God. I fixed it. I nearly broke something, but I fixed it. Right. So the lineups for Manchester United, it's David De Gea in goal. Diogo Dalot, Harry Maguire, Lisandro Martinez and Luke Shaw make up the back four, with Christian Eriksen and Casemiro making up that midfield double pivot, with a front four of Rashford on the left, Elanga on the right, Bruno Fernandes at number 10 and Cristiano Ronaldo up top. Now, we spoke about this before, but against Sheriff, what we saw Bruno Fernandes playing on the right wing. We saw Marcus Rashford and Cristiano Ronaldo kind of playing as a front two, with Rashford maybe slightly behind as a number 10, but almost as a 4-4-2 sort of situation. And we could see that. We know Elanga is best off of the left. So we could see that kind of situation occur, but we'll have to kind of wait and find out. But for now, we are going to stick with Bruno Fernandes at number 10 with Marcus Rashford out on the right. When it comes to West Ham, it is this. So it's Fabianski in goal. It's Thilo Kehrer, Craig Dawson, Kurt Zuma and Cresswell as a back four, with Soucek and Declan Rice in a midfield double pivot, with Ben Rama, Flynn Downs and Jarrod Bowen as a front three behind Scamacca, who is leading the line for the visitors today. The big Italian will be looking to do some damage and get on the score sheet tonight. This is so when it comes to the Premier League table, this is how it looks. Manchester United in 6th place. West Ham all the way down in 13th. A win for West Ham today could take them as high as 9th and overtaking Liverpool. However, they have played a game in hand on some of those teams that they would be leapfrogging. So it's not as easy as it looks for West Ham. Although there are a couple teams in there, likes of Everton, Brentford, that have played 13. So they would be going above them. But definite for Manchester United, we're a couple games behind the teams around us. If we win today, we go above Chelsea into 5th. And we are then 1 point off of Newcastle, who are in 4th with a game in hand. So again, if we win that game in hand, we would then be in the top 4, where we should be aspiring to finish this season. Now, if you guys want to get in your score predictions into the chat, we can get them written down and we can get them on a ticker on the screen. In a way, you can see it as a little shout out because you've got your name on the stream. We've just got underway. So the best way to watch these streams, if you are watching the game as well, is by syncing up your game timer with mine. So my game timer is just there. So if I quickly properly sync mine up with Sky Sports. There we go. So if you sync up your game timer with mine, so when you see West Ham having a throw in, they're going to take it, so we can speak about more. Throws it in. Casemiro heading it. Declan Rice winning it again. Martinez and now Dalot clearing it. All that. You will see it as I see it and as I kind of speak on it. So when we see a goal, I'll celebrate and I'll shout goal. When you see the goal, it's just the best way to watch these streams. If you don't want to sync your game timer up with mine, that is fine. But please then, if you are in front of me, so if your game time is currently on 1 minute 30, for example, and I'm only on a minute, please don't put in the chat about goals or any big kind of moments happening until we've seen it, until we've reacted to it. Just because I don't want the game ruined, as you guys may not as well. If people are doing that, then we're going to have to start timing people out, banning people. Not stuff we want to do, but if we have to, we have to. I think that's all fair enough. Let's enjoy the game. As Ronaldo has it. Looks to bring it forward. Taken it out and wins a free kick. Well done, Cristiano. It's a big game for Ronaldo. Hasn't been a starter in the Premier League for Manchester United this season at all. He's kind of won his place back after the game against Sheriff. And we'll have to find out how well he gets on. As West Ham are through here with Saeed Benrahma. Harry Maguire's overcommitted. And it's good defending from Lisandro Martinez. Not a good start there from Harry Maguire. Not a good start there from Harry Maguire whatsoever. Hello, mate. How are we? Where is... We'll see Maguire here. He's just... I mean... It's not really Maguire's fault, but it's good defending from Lisandro Martinez. And it's interestingly, you look at the back four today, it's the first time that this back four have played together since the thrashing against Brentford. Which is a bit concerning, because West Ham are better than Brentford, in my opinion. And such, it's a bit scary considering how poor we were in that game. I mean, obviously, we didn't do a watch-along here on the channel for it, unfortunately. But what I will preface that with I'll preface that by saying, you look at that Brentford game, you look at the goals we conceded, not many of them were actually on the defenders or the centre-backs in particular. It was more on David De Gea, and I think you could put 3 of the goals directly at David De Gea's door, which obviously it's not ideal, and let's hope we don't see the same today, as Lisandro Martinez has it across to Maguire. Into Dalot. United just knocking it round the back, being brave in doing so. We're not just going to try and hoof it long as we have often done, as Casemiro plays an incredible ball into Diogo Dalot, who puts it into the box, and Ronaldo, for me, it would have had a great opportunity, but Marcus Rashford just runs in front of him and takes it off his foot. That ball from Casemiro is unbelievable, by the way. The ball across from Dalot to Ronaldo it's a good ball. I don't know what Rashford's doing. Like, I don't know how Casemiro has just done that. Like, what a ball. It's a big good day for a lot of these players, but Casemiro's going to have a good game today. I mean, Casemiro seemingly has a good game every game, so it's not a surprise when he puts in a 9 out of 10 performance. He's a quality player. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And please do get involved in the live chat. It can be about the game. It can be about anything you want, more or less. And just have a chat while the game goes, as Fabianski has it. And West Ham look to go long. Dushek wins the flick on. Lisandro Martinez will just take it down. United have it on deck. Here is Harry Maguire. Goes long, looking for the run of Marcus Rashford. Good tracking from Thilo Kehrer. Good idea from Maguire, but good defending from the German centre-back turn full-back, really. Got Zuma with it. Goes back into Fabianski. Tips it forward. And United get it down. We can with Eriksen. Moves it into Marcus Rashford. It's a pour from Rashford, though. And West Ham can now get hold of it and potentially break. Thilo Kehrer goes down the line. But Lisandro Martinez is there and picks it up. Gives it into Eriksen. United have the ball again. We can play. But we've gone over the top looking for Elanga. It's a great ball. Elanga's in. And that shot is pathetic. It's a really poor effort from Elanga. But the ball over the top is looking like it's on. It's a great run from Elanga. He takes it down pretty well. But the shot is terrible. There is absolutely no substance to that shot whatsoever. It's always going wide. There's no power. It's like he's tried to pass it back to Fabianski. Here comes West Ham. They're looking very dangerous on the counter-attack here with Jared Bowen up against Luke Shaw. Cuts inside. Good tackle by Shaw. And Eriksen has it. Looks to go down the line. Declan Rice will give it back to Fabianski. It's been a frantic first 7 minutes in this game. The game will eventually have to quieten down and mellow out. But right now, like I say, it's a bit frantic. Both teams defensively not looking great, but forwards looking pretty bright. As Eriksen moves it into Ronaldo, into Casemiro. Ronaldo dropping deep and Bruno Fernandes is on the last man. Kind of, you want the roles reversed there. But we know Bruno Fernandes likes to do that. And that's one of the reasons why I always feel like Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo as a two don't really work. Because Ronaldo, while he was dripping deep there, that's not his game. That is not really what he's good at. I feel like Ronaldo's wasted doing that. Whereas you look at an Anthony Martial, he's very good at dropping deep and linking up play, and that's why I believe Martial is someone that gets the best out of the team when he's up top, as opposed to Ronaldo. Although Ronaldo, as a straight up goal scorer, certainly a better player. Can Rashford keep this in? No, he can't after a poor pass from Casemiro. Not a terrible start. You going to take the throw in, Tilo? I mean, West Ham will be happy to waste as much time as possible. They know that they're coming to Old Trafford not expecting a win. I mean, talking about players who are great with their back to goal and linking up play, Scamacca is just that. I think he was a great buy from West Ham to bring him in. I think he will help get the best out of someone, especially like Jarrod Bowen, who likes to run in behind and likes to get into goal-scoring opportunities. Having a Scamacca will be a big help to that. I think slowly but surely, you'll start to see that more and more. As West Ham have it here, playing it around the back line. Dawson goes out to Declan Rice, who's actually pulled out wide. Here is Kera, Glenn Downs, cross to Zuma, Cresswell, back to Zuma, Dawson, Rice. Goes down the line, looking for Jarrod Bowen. Lisandro Martinez as well, gets back and sees it out for a goal kick. Good defending there from Lisandro Martinez as we win the goal kick. I mean, Lisandro Martinez, I have to say, he's top. He is top draw. I love Lisandro Martinez. Obviously, you got a lot of unnecessary criticism from the English media and journalists, especially the likes of Jamie Carragher. When we signed him, he was called too short to play in the Premier League. He's not big enough. And, I mean, he's just shut them all up, hasn't he? Like, he's been so good. So good for us. Fabianski has it and looks to go long. Ronaldo kind of forcing the issue there. As Casemiro and Eriksen now have the ball on the halfway line. After Luke Shaw won the long ball. Here is Eriksen. Rashford. Casemiro. Ronaldo. Casemiro out to Maguire. Elanga. Dalot. Elanga. Bruno Fernandes. Into Eriksen. Looks to put the ball into the back post. Good defending from Thilo Kehrer. Out for a throw-in for United. 11 minutes played. Still 0-0. But we take that. We take that as it stands. Casemiro will go back into Harry Maguire. Could be worse. Far too often in the past. And I mean, it's not really happened too often under Erik ten Hag, thankfully. Brentford and probably Brighton the opening two games. It did. Far too often in the last year, we've gone behind far too early. And like I say, it's slowly but surely getting better under Ten Hag. And we haven't really seen it happen loads. Which is, again, nice to see. But I always still get a little bit worried by it. Because we always know that this group of players can and will let you down. Hello, Tom. How are we, mate? Zuma has it. Into Rice. Back into Zuma. I always wonder what kind of reception that Kurt Zuma gets when he goes away from home. Because you always hear that, oh, there's still the cat meows and whatever happening when he goes away. I always think it's still going to happen. When's it going to stop? It's not going to happen for the rest of his career, is it? Never say I can't watch the match on Sky. I mean, I'm sure there's links online on Twitter. Now, I have to say, I am definitely not advocating for you to find an illegal stream online. However, I'm sure there's loads. Kurt Zuma, he's playing. I thought he was in prison. No, Kurt Zuma's playing. Why would Zuma be in prison? You don't go to prison for kicking a cat. Although people might think you should, but you don't go to prison for kicking a cat. You get your cat removed, you pay a fine. You don't go to prison. If we win today, we'll stay. No, we won't. We won't. We'll go up to 5th. We win today. Chelsea are a point above us in the Premier League table. A win today puts us into 5th. Same amount of games played as Ronaldo shoots from range straight at Fabianski. Yeah. So, yeah. Chelsea have currently played a game more than us and are a point ahead of us. We win today, then we go up to 5th, and I believe we are 1 point behind Newcastle with a game in hand. So, again, if we win our game in hand, we win today, we are in 4th. And we are level on points with Spurs in 3rd, I believe. If the table gets up now, we're 6 points off Spurs. So a win would take us to our 2 game. If we win this game and our game in hand as Rashford goes running through on goal, deflection and over. It's a corner for United. We win our game in hand. Well, 2 games in hand on Spurs. We do go level on points with them. We would only go above them if we scored 11 goals in these games, which isn't going to happen. So I wouldn't even consider it. Not looking good for Spurs, I have to say. Like I said, we're waiting upon the corner to be taken. Not looking good for Spurs at the moment. 3 defeats on the bounce after United got them started. As Shaw puts the ball in, well defended by West Ham. And Lissandro Martinez will just pick it back up and out to Bruno Fernandes, who cross field to Alanga. Dalot puts the ball into the box. Rashford with a good header. And Fabianski with a save. I don't know what's happened to Marcus Rashford, but my God, he's much better at headers. I remember Rashford was always a player that was kind of scared to head the ball. He would always close his eyes and would miss really good opportunities in the air. But obviously scored against Sheriff with a header. That was a really good header. Goes flying in, wins the header. It's a really good header. Just a good save by Fabianski. Benrahma, that is naughty, mate. Benrahma shoots, good block by Lissandro Martinez. And Scamacca has it, shoots, blocked by Maguire this time. My God, Benrahma, that was naughty. Just rouletted past, I think it was Casemiro. So silky from the Algerian international. Very, very good. Bruno Fernandes sends it down to Luke Shaw. Shaw into Ericsson. Sandro Martinez. To Ericsson. Back into Lissandro Martinez. United slowly but surely looking to build. Can you get the ball out wide to Luke Shaw? No, they're doing well, West Ham, to try and cut it off. Here is Maguire. We know he's got a good long ball on him. That's not an example of one. Poor ball from Maguire. But Luke Shaw does win it back. And here is Cristiano Ronaldo now. Into Bruno Fernandes. Cristiano Ronaldo. Cuts inside. Goes on the outside. Shot blocked. Bruno inside the penalty area. Back to Ronaldo. 1v1. Well, he's getting doubled up now. And Ronaldo just goes back into Luke Shaw. Casemiro. Out to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes with a lovely inside ball into Ronaldo, who chips the ball into the box. Good defending from West Ham. Out for a corner for United. Just under 20 minutes played. United 0, West Ham 0. But we're playing well. Now, if you guys are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. If the subscribe button is red, press it. And please do share the stream as well on your socials and with your friends and family. That would be greatly appreciated and helps to grow this community. We have a corner here. Eriksen standing over it. Bruno Fernandes has gone short. Ronaldo's on the Rashford, sorry, is on the bench, on the edge, not on the bench. We put the ball into the box, dealt with there by either Fabianski or Zuma. And here is Ben Rama up against Lisandro Martinez. Does well there, and it's gone through to Declan Rice, who's running with it and done really well here. It's a really strong travel. The lino said it's gone out. See, did it actually go out? Rashford came sliding in. Oh, that never goes out. West Ham done hard done by there. That ball does not go out of play. I mean, I'll take it. But very fortunate there. As De Gea moves it into Harry Maguire. 1-2 with Dalot. Maguire again. Go back into De Gea, but we go into Martinez. It's the same sort of idea. And can we move the ball out to Luke Shaw? No, we won't. We'll go back into Harry Maguire. United slowly just trying to move West Ham around, trying to open up a little bit of space. Lisandro Martinez gives it into Eriksen, who's dropped into the back foot, into a kind of a back three at this point with Maguire and Lisandro Martinez. Martinez goes across to Maguire. He'll go back into Martinez. Just nothing. We're not trying to do anything crazy, as Lisandro Martinez does try to break the line there and gives the ball away. But Luke Shaw's back, makes a good interception for United. Bowen. Soucek gets it out. Tries to move it out wide. Alanga is there. But only can head it back to Declan Rice. Zuma goes cross-field ball. Soucek. Bowen. Sorry, Declan Rice. Good interception by Alanga. Let me check if I actually turned this air freshener off, because I feel like I didn't. I don't know why. I can just feel it in my throat. Really annoying. Really annoying. I can just feel it in my throat, and I have no drink left to have. As Luke Shaw has it, moves it into Eriksen. Bruno on this left hand side moves it back into Luke Shaw. Martinez. The first goal in this game is going to be so crucial for Manchester United or West Ham. Well, I guess just for United would have done. If we score first, then West Ham will have to start kind of coming out a little bit more. Will give us more chances on the counter attack and give us, obviously, in general, more space to try and play in. And won't allow West Ham to be kind of so deep and, in a sense, park the bussy. But then if obviously West Ham get it, then they can go even deeper. And they can just, again, park the bus and, in a sense, stop us scoring. And obviously, like I said, West Ham will take a point as Bruno Fernandes goes for goal from range. For West Ham, they'll take a point. So they can score first, they will defend deep. Even if United get one back, they're still going to be able to like remain how they're playing and take that point. So it's massively important United don't give away the first goal here. As West Ham's on the counter-attack. Referees played a great advantage for West Ham, not once but twice. And here is Benrahma up against Lisandro Martinez. Diogo Dalot gets back well and makes the tackle. And he's out for a corner for West Ham. Both Casemiro and Harry Maguire both went diving into challenges there. Both didn't win the ball. And it was left to Diogo Dalot and Lisandro Martinez to slow down Benrahma and make the tackle. As I said, it's a corner for West Ham. 25 minutes played here. Manchester United 0, West Ham 0. Cresswell delivers. Headed clear by, I think that was Casemiro. Cresswell will pick it back up though. Moves it into Benrahma. I'll write that down for you, lad. We haven't got many predictions today, but we've got a 2-0. I haven't even written down the score. So yeah, we haven't got loads of predictions today, but we have got 2. I went for a 2-0 United win. Tom has gone for a 2-1 Man United win. I mean, we'll leave the predictions there ticking for a bit. As Eriksen looks to try and flick it over the top for Ronaldo. He's made the run off at the back of Craig Dawson. Good defending from the Englishman. West Ham have the ball. We'll look to try and play again. Zuma into Flynn Downs. Well, he starts over Lucas Paqueta, who is out injured for today's game. Ball down the line. Benrahma's in, but De Gea is off his line really well and sweeps up. Good goalkeeping there for West Ham. From David De Gea, sorry. Not West Ham. Ball up ride for Tilo Kehrer. Doing really well there. Bowen. Good save. Can we get it clear? Good save there by De Gea. It's offside. Great chance there for West Ham though. Bowen was offside. Was he actually offside? It looked very close. Oh, he was offside. It was a simple save. It was a simple save by David De Gea. I can't. He was offside, but he didn't score. Guire goes back into De Gea. To be fair, it was a poor effort from Jarrod Bowen, really. I think from there he should be scoring, or at least obviously he's tested the keeper because he's got it on target. But like, it's realistically it was straight at De Gea, and it's a save. If De Gea doesn't make that, you're asking serious questions of the Spaniard. Which I'm really like. This is something I want to talk about, David De Gea. Look, obviously I know Luis Enrique hasn't picked him for a while, but I'm really kind of surprised. And look, there must be a kind of a personal thing, in my opinion, between De Gea and Luis Enrique. But like, I'm not saying Luis Enrique has to pick him as part of his as one of his 3 goalkeepers to go to the World Cup, but if you're gonna have a 55-man squad with 5 goalkeepers, I think it's incredible. Like, it's mental not to include David De Gea, given he's had a good season. The fact like Kepa is in there, David De Gea is miles better than Kepa and has been this season. And then not to include De Gea, but to include Kepa and is it David Soraya from Getafe, I just think is mental. A really crap ball there from West Ham. That for a goal kick. Thilo Kehrer kind of, I don't even know what it was. It was meant to be a cross, I imagine, but my God, was it nowhere near the target? De Gea just strolls forward. Guire. Sandro Martinez goes into Harry Maguire again. Langer. Maguire. Back into De Gea. Goes across from Luke Shaw. I tell you, it is what it is nice. And look, we are going to get better and better at doing this, but this is fantastic from United. It is nice for once when the ball goes to De Gea there. So often we just see De Gea then launch it long, get rid of it. But this time it's about trying to play, trying to work our way out, keep the ball, and especially in moments like that, if United can break that press, which we did quite well. It was obviously just the final pass where at the final kind of moment West Ham got back and managed to make the tackle. But if you can beat the press like that, there's kind of putting, not pushing, what would be the word? Committing, that's the word. They're committing so many bodies to try and win that ball so high. When you beat it, you're left in especially if you can get bodies forward as well, you leave yourself in a really good position to counter-attack and score. As really poor pass from Craig Dawson. That for a goal kick. And it's like moments like that is where I kind of look forward to and get excited by the future that this team has, because you're seeing with Arsenal now that they've got that. Man City obviously have that. Liverpool, they have it, but I think they in a sort of similar but different way. And that's what top teams do. And it's exciting to already start seeing the fundamentals of it be implemented. And it's already at a fairly good level. So after a year of doing it constantly over and over again, imagine how good it can be. Now, obviously, everything takes time, and at times we will see mistakes when we're trying to do it, because these players aren't used to doing it. But in general, we will be a much better team because of it and score a lot more goals because of it than we'll lose because of it. So, we're just seeing a replay. Poor pass from Ronaldo, that. And look, that's kind of what I mean by Ronaldo and his link-up play. Like, that's just a really poor pass. Like, I don't see anything good in that about that pass at all. And that's kind of the worry with Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes playing in the same team for me. Because Bruno Fernandes is kind of like a second striker. He wants to kind of make those runs up against the back line and in behind, and be kind of at times the last man. Can't have a striker like Cristiano Ronaldo who likes to be that as well, and Bruno Fernandes for me in the same team. You've got to have somebody willing to drop, and if Ronaldo is going to drop, he has to be better at it. He has to be better at linking play. And I'm not saying you have to be like a Wayne Rooney. You have to be a Harry Kane. But, or like Bobby Firmino, essentially, as well. but or a Benzema. Like there's obviously there's all these great players, but like Anthony Martial, who a lot of people don't like and a lot of people criticize constantly. He's way better at it than Cristiano Ronaldo. But you don't have to be a world class number 10 that so happens to turn striker or vice versa. But Ronaldo just, and look, it could be just an age thing. He just doesn't have it. But I mean, Rashford doesn't have it. Never had it. And some players, like in a sense, are just born with it and kind of have that kind of match intelligence about them to know how to. Fabianski, you alright? I mean, Lisandro Martinez saw the run of Christian Eriksen, who was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. But Fabianski's come flying out. Looks like he might have done his knee there. He jumps, wins the header, and oh, like he jumps and kind of jolts his knee. He looks like he's alright. He's got up. That he looks fine at the moment. He's playing on. Which is really fortunate because that looked like it could have been quite bad. Kind of just lands like with his knee kind of locked. Which isn't obviously how you're meant to land. So hopefully he's all right. I wouldn't be surprised if come a goal kick, he goes down something, and it might be just like the adrenaline keeping him going. Or if you just have to wait and find out. Sure has it. Delivers to the back post. Alanga fires wide. Bruno Fernandes. To Shaw. To Rashford. Give me a second.